All right, hello wine drinking people. Today is Tuesday, March 15th. And man, we've got a short week here for you this week with just one wine tasting. Wow, how dry I am. I'll be singing all week. No, trust me, I will be drinking. I'm leaving town on Friday. I'm bringing like 4 cases of wine with me for a 1-week vacation. So trust me, I'll have something to talk about when I get back. But first, we've got our first offering from Brunello di Montalcino 2006. The latest and greatest news from Montalcino. 2006, another outstanding vintage from Montalcino. And hey, we've got our new piece, The Grape Zone, to introduce you to some facts about Montalcino.
Montalcino. Climate. A Mediterranean climate, warm and dry. Warmer and drier than other regions of Tuscany, allowing for an earlier harvest, with rain concentrated during the spring and late autumn. The neighboring Monte Amiata, a volcanic cone reaching heights of 1,732 meters, provides protection for the vineyards from harsh climates of winter. It allows for cool air to pass, providing ideal growing conditions. Northern slopes do provide for cooler climates with less hours of sunlight, hence providing a slower ripening grape. Southern slope vineyards provide a warmer climate with maximum sun exposure. Annual rainfall, 28 inches. Terroir. A unique oasis, Montalcino sits 564 meters above sea level, far from the industrial hustle and bustle of city life. That diversity in soil provides complexity to the wines of Brunello di Montalcino. Soil types can include limestone, clay, schist, volcanic soil, and galestro, the grape. 100% Sangiovese, more exactly 100% Sangiovese Grosso, one of the 14 different Sangiovese clones. Brunello di Montalcino must be kept a minimum of 2 years in oak and 4 months in bottle. 6 months in bottle for the Reserva. Brunello does not hit the market until 5 years after harvest, with the reserve bottling given 1 more year, making reserves not hit the market till 6 years after harvest.
All right, well, good to know. And as you know now, these wines are released 5 years after the vintage. By law, they have to be 100% Sangiovese Grosso, a clone of Sangiovese. They make 2 wines, usually each house in Brunello, and then there are a lot of people that have expanded onto St. Antimo and some other areas and are also making some wines from other regions very close by. But Brunello di Montalcino, considered one of the greatest wines made in Italy, in Tuscany, in all of the world. And Santi was the man that got it all started. But we've got the second wave of producers here, Castello Romitorio. Sandro Chia bought this property in 1984. A very famous artist, the most famous artist living today in Italy. And his paintings adorn the labels of these bottles here. His son Filippo was here just a couple of months ago. We did a great tasting here to break in our new room here that we use as a studio and where we put on our producer dinners now. So Filippo's become a pretty good friend, and we're very excited to try his 2006 vintage wines. The Rosso was absolutely fantastic. The Rosso di Montalcino, the baby Brunello. The Rosso, as I mentioned before, each producer makes at least 2 wines. Brunello di Montalcino, which is their oldest vines, the best barrels from each vintage go into their top wine. Most producers also today make a Reserva Brunello di Montalcino from a great vintage. You see the Reserva in large format over here, and you know when I like a wine in the store, we've got it in several different sizes. So Reserva, just a few hundred cases, Castello Romitorio made in 2004, and by law, the Reserva's got to be kept in extra years, so we'll have to wait till 2012 to taste the Castello Romitorio Reserva Brunello di Montalcino, which you only make 300 cases of. And the Wine Watch, I think, took most of the allocation for the state of Florida. This was my top pick for Brunello di Montalcino in 2010. Hey, guess what? It also won the London Wine Fair in 2010 of 1,200 wines. So definitely getting some recognition from the press. The 2005, one of the highest rated Brunello di Montalcinos From the Wine Spectator, the 2006, well, James Suckling, no longer with the Wine Spectator, has gone on record and said a phenomenal vintage for Brunello. Classic vintage, one you want to put in your cellar. And guess what? In addition to the 2006, we've got 2005, we got 2004, 2004 Reserva, we've got 2007, another great vintage, the Rosso di Montalcino, a brilliant wine that is very fresh, a little more classic in style than the fat and rich 2006s, but a phenomenal vintage for Montalcino nonetheless. And hey, check it out on today's offer, all the wines that we're offering you from Castello Romitorio, including the newly released 2006. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasone, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.